Oh, bother.
Hello my friends, and welcome back to part 7 of our Reikland thematic Let's Play here in the Old World by Chaos Robbie. Now, as we look out at the greater empire, you can see Talebecland is on its last leg. The same can be said for several of our counts, and well, it's going to be a tough fight ahead for us. That said, we are moving. Oh, did it again. That said, we are moving into, well, across the River Reik, right? We're going to be crossing the River Reik into Kimperbad today, as well as recalling our forces from the west. While it would be wise to keep an eye on Montfort, I believe that they are in good enough shape to maintain themselves. Hopefully there is not another Wa that comes marching down towards their castle and they're able to retake their lands. However, Otto Cross's time as the Warden of the West has come to an end, at least for now. He is needed in the east, and so the march begins. In fact, we might want to force march him,
by Sigmar's
because
right.
we've got things to do.
Sigmar compels us.
Now, a beastman herd has appeared on the outside of Reikland itself, or not Reikland, excuse me, Altdorf itself, and that has raised some alarms. However, they have not decided to attack us, so we're going to continue to call up the guard for now. And our recruitment is 2 spears, and let's get some more archers. While it might sound wise to attack this war herd, they have quite a few Minotaurs and a Cygor. These are things that this militia probably isn't ready for. And while Carl Franz could certainly deal with it, he's got other problems himself. So, speaking of, let's launch our campaign into Kimperbad and across the River Reik. In Kimperbad, much like in Grunberg, the Emperor found that his enemies had not taken up residence within the town, but underneath it. His men would once again be forced to fight and die in the depths of the earth. Here, they would battle for the Empire, but know none of the glory of victory, as those who'd seen such things were sworn to secrecy. For those who fell, their families would never be allowed to know the truth of their fate, lest they be paid a visit by a witch hunter. Yet still they fight, not for glory, nor riches, but for their people.
Weapons out, lads! Time for fighting! As long as we outnumber them, we will hold! As long as we outnumber them, we will hold!
Nestlers! Erupt! Get that out of my back! The enemy there!
They are using dark forces against the enemy! Cast magic against them! It is against Sigmar's teaching! It is against Sigmar's teachings! Don't give them an inch! They are using dark forces against our... We are steadfast!
They squirt via musket. Should we run? Flee?
Cast magic against them! It is against the sorcery!
And a decisive victory, though a bloody one at that. Every life lost against the Skaven is one too many. However, in the same vein, it has to be done, right? So, let's occupy. And Ludwig has finally gained his mount. Fantastic.
Summon the Elector Count.
Now let's take a quick look. That's rank 12. I don't know that we'll utilize the Imperial Pegasus. Not really my thing for Karl Franz. He kind of looks silly on it. That being said, that was another strategic victory for Karl. We're going to invest in the troops for sure, but we're also going to invest in some logistics. The reason being is we're now fighting across the river. We are away from our natural territory, although this is technically part of Reikland. We are no longer in the safety, or the relative safety, excuse me, of our home province. So let's get those logistics rolling so that we can keep moving. Now, as for Ludwig, let's continue to make him the, well, Emperor's Champion. We're going to give him Foe Seeker. And that should be good for now. Now, it is a little disappointing that Luther wasn't able to gain a rank out of that. He certainly performed well, as he has before.
Praise Sigmar. I will marshal the men. The Empire.
And it does seem like we are
Yes, my lord.
at the end of what we can really accomplish. We are going to invest in some another weaving house. Just keep that industry pumping out of Schilderheim. The reason being for that is because, well, although these dwarfs are not friendly, the dwarfs of Carrick Ziflin, we are in fact able to say that we have a relatively safe border up in our north. So we don't need to militarize up there right now. And like I said, that's really going to be it for this turn. We do need to invest in upgrading Axbite Pass. And let's work on getting that corruption down. We need some dogma in and around Grumberg and Kemperbad. Now, let's take a look at what we're going to be doing next. Of course, we're going to have to make a move against what we can only assume is either the Skaven or the Beastmen in and around Talebecland. But we've also got to make a move north. So our plan is going to be for Autocross to move north and for Karl Franz to move east alongside Reuben Grease, who will be attacking from the north, trying to reconstitute Talebecland, moving west. And we will, of course, readdress the situation as we continue our move east. So, I think that's really all that we can do. And coming back in before we get into our next turn, we are fighting the Beastmen. They have decided to openly declare against us and attack the east end of Reikland, or excuse me, Altdorf. So let's get into Reuben Grease's first battle and see how things go. With Reikland's armies distracted in larger conflicts elsewhere, the war herd that had emerged from the forest likely thought that they would take the eastern outskirts of Altdorf without much challenge at all. However, little did they know that the Talebeclander general Reuben Grease had been gathering a force to retake his homeland. And unlike his cosmopolitan brethren, the general was all too familiar with this breed of foe, a knowledge that he was all too happy to showcase.
painted real gold ground for this. Let the fields be sown with
blacksmith with a birthmark when you need him. Come then, scum! I have unforgotten blood in my veins!
By the gods! What is that thing?
Sigma, I beg thee! Please!
As long as we draw breath, they will die!
Find a hammer! Have at them! I cannot face this! We are doomed!
Come, lads! Together! Make me proud of the public! Lara! Rush me to Mars' embrace! Blood of our heirs! The warrior priest squads fill me with rage! Summon the Hunts Marshal! I cannot abide this! Sigma! I beg thee!
And a close victory, but a mark in the sand, or a red line, if you'd rather, that Reben Grease is not to be crossed, and that Altdorf is off limits. So we're going to invest in army replenishment. That was definitely a big, glorious victory for Sigmar. All right, so we have roads to renown. One of your top advisors has suggested a way to increase your political standing within the Empire. Though you do not command all military activities in faraway lands personally, it is possible to have each state's annals updated to attribute past military victories to your own involvement. I believe we've read this one before. So basically, we can we can take credit for some of their victories. While it might not be the most honorable thing to do, it does gain us some fealty, so let's do it. And we have had a quest issued. Theodore Bruckner, the Countess's champion. So once we have the Vissenlin livery, which isn't going to be any time in the near future, we will be able to bring Theodore Bruckner to our side.
Yes, my lord.
That is good to know.
I will marshal
Now,
the men.
as far as Reben, after his first victory, I'm going to say, due to his slaying of the Beastman Shaman, Great Bray Shaman, excuse me, we are going to give him hard to hit. We're going to be investing in his personal strength. And fresh off the heels of that victory, I think it's time for him to make his move
Step to it.
into Talebecland itself. And quite a move to begin with. It looks like we have a siege. So, we're going to begin that siege, and then we're going to continue it for right now. A little bit more than he bargained for, I'm sure.
The men to the provinces.
We're going to have Adalbert take up his residence in East End and start raising some more troops to assist with the conquest. So, let's see. Let's just continue on that path for now.
For Heldenhammer.
And speaking of making headway into Talebecland, it's time for Karl Franz to begin his reconquest of the Empire. And we'll let this be the final battle of this episode. We're going up once again against Clan Skull, and hopefully we'll take less losses than we have in our previous battles. As he stood on the outskirts of yet another Skaven stronghold, the Emperor thought to himself about how his encounter with the rat in the Red Moon Inn had begun this crusade. Just how far had this infestation spread under his watch? And though he had certainly lost many men to their scheming, the armies they were putting forward didn't seem all that capable. What was he missing? And would he ever hunt down that transforming rat again?
Men of Sigmar, do your duty. Death to the enemy!
And of course a decisive victory, but that doesn't discount the 300 or near 300 lives that were lost eliminating the Skaven. It seems for every step forward, or every 2 steps forward, excuse me, there is a step lost in the amount of Reiklanders who are having to pay their lives. But that is part of it. And we're going to return this to the Elector to which it belongs. And finally, we have begun the take back. Let's hop on out to our big map here. As you can see, finally, something is back in the hands of Talebecland, outside of Talebheim. Hopefully, that is a process that we can repeat across the Empire. And speaking of processes, and I keep doing that, across the Empire, let's see if we can, yes, send aid once again to our friends in Ostermark. And I didn't do that correctly. Now, whether or not this will make a difference, well, that's up in the air. However, it can't hurt to be able to assist Ostermark in defending itself. Although the brass bull revealing himself right outside of Talebheim very much could hurt.
By the comet!
And so we must make strives to stop him if at all possible.
Bring me to my men.
With that being said, let's make sure that we are assisting in the guarding of Zutzen, at least for now.
Yes, my lord.
And that Otto is making his way north. And it does appear that the city of Karaberg is in some sort of danger.
Moving off!
I believe we'll be taking to the sea this turn.
Sigmar compels us. Onward!
Nope, don't do that. I suppose we'll be taking to the sea in the next turn and in the next part. So, as always, if you have enjoyed this Let's Play so far, please let me know down in the comment section below. And drop a like if you feel like it as well. That being said, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. It's 2 a.m. here, so I'll see you in the next one.